our company here?
First, good Peter Quince. Say what the play treats on, and then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good play indeed, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scrolls. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you, Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Here, name what part I'm for, and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover who kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears in the performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms.
I can see his pride peep through each part of him.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Flute, must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe, a wandering knight?
His wit's as thick as Tewkesbury mustard.
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming. Huh?
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
This woman's an easy glove, my friends. She goes off and on at pleasure.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, the wall and music man. Myself, Thisbe's father.
I thank you. I have not of many words, but I thank you. Most smiling, smooth, detested parasites, courteous destroyers, affable wolves, meek bears. These fools of fortune trench our friends, time flies, I hate them all. But will a while uphold the unyoked humour of their idleness. So herein will I imitate the sun. And though I shall be said to be a flattering honest man, it must not be denied that I am a plain-dealing villain. Though I will wear my heart on my sleeve for doors to peck at, I am not what I am.
What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
To my dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die when she hath such meat for to feed her as Signor Nicholas? Courtesy itself must convert to Disdain if she come in your presence.
Well, then courtesy is a turncoat. But it is certain that I am loved of all ladies. Only you accept it. And I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women, who would else have been troubled by a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood I am of your humour for that. I would rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
Oh, you misused me past the endurance of a block.
We will meet elsewhere. There we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
I will go before Snout. Farewell, mistress.
Do you love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou mayst prove false. At lovers' perjuries they say Jove loves. Of gentle Francis Flute, if thou dost love, proclaim it faithfully. Or if thou thinks I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee they, so thou wilt woo. But else not for the world.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I swear that tips with silver.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
If my heart's dear love.
Well, do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy of this contract today. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning which ceases to be ere one can say it lightens. Sweet, I go.
wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have right now?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou did request it. And yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank, and give it thee again. And yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love as deep. The more I give thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. Sweet, I go.
Farewell, sweet queen.
Your love is mine to you. Farewell.
What say that fool of Hagar's offspring, huh?
His words were, farewell, mistress, nothing else. Good Quince, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking, but as yet, I swear, I cannot truly say how I came here. But dear friend, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is, my love to all before, melted as the snow, seems to me now as resemblance of an idle gaud, which in my childhood I did dote upon. All the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye is only Francis' flute. It stops me here, it is too much of joy.
I am happy for you.
But say, Peter Quince, now we are alone. Good sister, wrong not me, nor wrong yourself. Of all thy suitors, I charge thee tell, whom thou lovest best. See thou dissemble not. What thinkest thou on Senor Nicholas?
He wears his faith, but as the fashion of his hat, it changes with the next block.
I see, lady, the gentleman is not in your books.
No, and he were I would burn my study. Well, I know it is a sin to be a mocker, but we just talk of nothing but his craft, and makes a great appropriation on his good parts that he can shew it himself.
With a good leg and a good foot, sister, and enough money in his purse. Such a man could win any woman in the world, if that could get her goodwill.
'Tis a peevish boy.
And yet he talks well.
What care I for words?
Words do well when he that speaks them pleases those that hear.
But sure, he is proud.
And yet his pride becomes him.
I'll look to like, if looking liking move, but no more deep will I endart mine eye than your counsel give strength to make it fly.
I know my price. I am worth no worse a place. Yet Quince, ever loving her pride and purposes, evades them with a bombast circumstance horribly stuffed with epithets of war. Certes, says she, I have already chose my leading man, one Nicholas Bottom, a Florentine, and I, God bless the mark, her damned fool. Why music? Wherefore wall, when my dimensions are more well compact, my mind more generous, and my shape more pure than any player's issue? So I will turn her vainness into pitch, and out of her own egos make the net that shall enmesh them all. Lo, now lo, here comes Bottom, the ass, and to torment me. I'll hide me in the shower.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Florence I am thought as fair as any. But what of that? Beauteous Quince thinks not so. She will not know what all but she do know. So I, admiring of her qualities, things base and vile holding no quantities. Love can transpose form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor of love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, for in choice she is so oft beguiled, as waggish boys in games themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere.
Excellent. I smell a device.
And here is a marvellous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in the action as we will do it before the Duke.
Greetings.
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe which will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the lady will never abide. How answer you that?
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let that prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our sword, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. Oh, by my life, this day grows wondrous hot. Some eerie devil hovers in the sky and pours down mischief.
Come, set down every mother's son and rehearse your part. Pyramus, you must begin. And when you've spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savour sweet. Odor savour sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
Must I speak now?
Aye, Mary, you must.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle fine is this. My lips, two blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips and holy palmers too?
Aye, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
And dear saint, that lips do what hands do, they pray, grant thou lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not. While my prayer's effect I do take, thus from my lips by yours my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from my lips? Oh, trespass sweetly urged, give me my sin again.
Whoa! I am... sorry, I do.
Why, 'tis true. Thou art over the boots in love, but you never swam the Hellespont.
Over the boots. Nay, give me not the boots.
I will not, for it boots thee not.
What? I love Quint not. She's too rough for me.
Too rough for you? And why, I pray you? Who might be your mother that you insult, exalt, and all at once over the wretched? 'Tis fools like you that will make this whole world full of ill-favoured children. But Francis, know yourself. Down on your knees, and thank heaven fasting for a good woman's love. For I must whisper friendly in your ear. Sell when you can, you are not for all markets. Cry her mercy. Love her. Take her offer. Foul is most foul, being foul to be a scoffer.
So by your circumstance you call me fool.
By your circumstance, I fear you'll prove.
Even as one heat another heat expels, or as one nail by strength drives out another, so the remembrance of my former love is by a newer object quite forgotten. Is it mine or Bottom's praise, her true perfection, or my false transgressions that makes me reason lust to reason thus? She is fair, and so is starveling that I love, that I did love, for now my love is thawed, which like a waxen image gainst a fire bears no impression of the thing it was. Methinks my zeal of Nicholas is cold, and that I love him not as I was wont, ooh, but I love his lady too much, and that's the reason I love him so little. How shall I dote on her with more advice, that thus without advice began to love her? 'Tis but her picture I have yet beheld, and that have dazzled my reason's light. But when I look on her perfections, there is no reason but I shall be blind. If I can check my erring love, I will. If not to compass her, I'll use my skill.
Hell is empty, and the devils are here. My noble friend,
What dost thou say, Snout?
does Francis Flute, and now you woo Peter Quince, know of your love?
He does, from first to last. Why dost thou ask?
But for a satisfaction of my thought, no further harm.
Why of thy thought, Snout?
I did not think he had been acquainted with her.
Indeed. Aye, indeed. This showeth thou aught in that. Is he not honest?
Aye, honest, my lord.
Honest? Aye, honest.
My lord, for aught I know.
What dost thou think?
Think, my lord.
Think, my lord, by heaven, he echoes me, as if there was a monster in his thought too hideous to be shown.
My lord, you know I love you.
I think thou dost. And for I know thou'rt full of love and honesty, and weighest thy words before thou givest them breath. Therefore these stops of thine frighten me the more. For such things in a false, disloyal knave are tricks of custom, but in a man that is just are close delations, working from the heart that passion cannot rule.
For Francis Flute, I dare be sworn, I do think he is honest.
I think so too.
Men should be what they seem. Else they were not, might they seem none.
Certain. Men should be what they seem.
Good Peter Quince, I have attended the script.
Thank you, Tom Snout. Come, let's proceed. Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our foot. From ancient grudge break to new dagger I see before me, where civil blood makes civil hands hand blood. From 4th to John of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their foot.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
Why, it is clear Peter Quince is mad, else he would never so demean herself.
I'll canvass thee in thy broad cardinal's hat if I proceed in this thy insolence.
Peter Quince?
You should not vex me as you face my wrath.
A song, perhaps, whilst Quince attends the script.
No.
Please.
Aye, there's a sixpence for you. Come on, give us a song.
There's a thestral of me too.
No!
Look, whether has he not turned his colours and has tears in his eyes? Pray you no more.
Bottom.
Aye, Peter Quinn.
I heard thee speak me a speech once. 'Twas never acted, or if it was, not above once, but 'twas, as I remember, an excellent play, well digested in scenes and penned with as much cunning as modesty.
Oh, great speech indeed. It goes as such.
What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east.
And Peter Quinn, Juliet, it's the goose. Arise, sun fair and moon, the Kilvius Anne who is but dead and sick and pale and dead.
Stop!
Why is this not how I remember it?
Peter Quince.
Aye, Robin Starveling.
Francis and I have a scene which we can run.
Marry, proceed.
Master Francis.
Coming. How hast the ass broke the wall, that thou art out of the city?
I am a fool to weep at what I am glad of.
Would thou wert clean enough to spit upon?
I am your wife, if you will marry me. If not, I'll die your maid. To be your fellow, you may deny me, but I'll be your servant, whether you will or no.
When there is nothing living but thee, thou shalt be welcome. I'd rather be a beggar's dog than Appomantus.
My husband, then?
All villains that do stand by thee are pure.
And mine, with all my heart in't, and so farewell till half an hour hence.
If I name thee, I'll beat thee, but I should infect my hands.
A plague on thee! Thou art too bad to curse!
Marry, I am but reading from the page.
Rogue! 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 I am sick of this false world and will have naught else than mere necessities upon.
Good Master Francis, let me see your script.
By day and night he wrongs me. Every hour he flashes into one gross crime or other that sets us all at odds. I'll not endure it. My nerves grow riotous, and himself upbraids us on every trifle. When he returns to some sense, I will not speak with him. Say I am sick.
Who devils do here curse our company? Let me see your script.
By day and night he wrongs me. Every hour he flashes into one gross crime or other that sets us all at odds. I'll not endure it. My nerves grow riotous, and himself upbraids us on every trifle. When he returns to some sense, I will not speak with him. Say I am sick.
Who devils do here curse our company?
Confusion hath now made his masterpiece. Women will all turn monsters.
It is the devil.
Nay, it is worse. It is the devil's dam. Flute, didst thou note good Peter Quince?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
How does your lady? How thrives your love?
My tales of love were wont to weary you. I know you joy not in a love discourse.
Aye, Francis Flute, that life is altered now. I have done penance for contemning love. Oh, gentle Francis Flute, love's a mighty lord.
Enough! I read your fortune in your eyes. Is this not the idol who worships them?
Even she? And is she not a heavenly saint?
I will not flatter her.
Oh, flatter me! For love delights in praises.
When I was sick, you gave me bitter pills, and now I must minister the like to you.
And tell the truth by her. If not divine, then let her be a principality, a sovereign to all the creatures on the earth.
Accept my mistress.
Sweet, accept not any, except thou wilt accept against my love.
She doth teach the torches to burn bright. Did my heart not love till now, forswear its sight, for I nurse all true beauty till this night.
We will proceed without Robin for now.
Aye, marry, I know just the scene, and run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my soul.
Say not so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia, Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you. Be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes with her I have spent. 'Tis not Hermia, but Helena I love, and will not change a raven for a dove.
Oh, Helena, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine. To what, my love, shall I compare thine eye? Crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripe in show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow.
That pure congealed white, high Taurus snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow when thou holdest up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite, oh hell, I see thou art both bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me as I know you do, but must you join in souls to mock me too?
I am myself renewed and can now work. Prithee, Prince, what scene are we rehearsing?
Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
You are unkind, dear Francis, be not so. For I know you love Robin. This you know I know.
I love her, all that love is gone. My heart to her is but guest why sojourn, and to fair Quince is it home returned, there to remain.
Oh, me! You juggler! You canker blossom, you thief of love! What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Good Robin, be not so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, starveling, did ever keep your counsel, never wronged you.
I will not trust you. I no longer stay in your cursed company.
If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady's soul to vow and swear and superpraise my parts, when I know you hate me with your hearts. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure up tears in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of a noble sort would so offend a maiden and extort a poor soul's patience for your sport.
Robin! Stop. Tell me, what sadness lengthens sweet Robin's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
Out.
Of love?
Out of his favour, where I am in love. Tom,
What sayest thou, noble heart?
what will I do, thinkest thou?
Why, go to bed and sleep.
I will incontently drown myself.
If thou dost, I will never love thee hereafter.
Love?
Hear my soul speak. From the instant I saw you did my heart fly to your service. Let us be conjunctive in our revenge against him. If thou canst cuckold him, thou dost thyself a pleasure, me a sport.
I am changed. I will go give thee my heart.
Thus I do ever make that fool my pawn. I am as peremptory as she is proud-minded. And where these two raging fires do meet, they do consume the very thing that feeds their fury. And so I to her, and she to me. Oh, this villainy doth fatten me with the very thought of it. Yet my true victory is still to come. I'll have her crushed beneath my thumb,
Flute!
My lord, what is your will?
Pray, Chuck, come hither.
What is your pleasure?
Let me see your eyes. Look into my face. What art thou?
Your friend, Flute, your true and loyal friend.
Heaven knows thou art false as hell.
To whom, my lord, with whom? How am I false?
Good, my lord. How does your honour this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have long to re-deliver. Pray you, now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My lord, you know right well you did. And with them, words of so sweet breath composed as made the things more sweet. Their perfume lost, take these again. For to the noble mind rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind.
If you would know your wronger, look on me. I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself. Impose me to what will thy penance can lay upon my sin.
There was a time when thou unurged wouldst vow that never words were music to thine ear, never object pleasing to thine eye, never touch well welcomed to thy hand, unless I spake or looked or touched to thee. Therefore be out of hope, of patience, of doubt, nothing truer, 'tis certain, 'tis no jest, that I do hate thee and love Tom Snout.
Snout?
Yes.
Tom Snout!
Yes, why do you both look with such surprise?
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
There is no more faith in thee than in a stewed prune.
Hang off, thou cat, thou bird, vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why hast thou grown so rude? What change is this? Sweet love.
Out, loathed medicine, hated potion, hence.
Well, who's it that keeps all this noise?
I me, for the course of true love never did run smooth.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
No, sir, though I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at me, sir?
Is the law on my side if I say aye?
No.
No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, though I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
If you do, I am for you.
Oh, a plague on both your households. Zoons, a dog, a mouse, a rat, a cat to scratch a man to death.
If you leave, then the play is marred. It
Then-
does not forward, does it?
Then take up the reins, good Master Snout. I'll leave this heathenly company to you.
Jove, I thank thee. I will smile. I will do all thou will have me. Wrath-kindled gentlemen, be ruled by me. Let's purge this collar without letting any blood. This we prescribe, though no physician. Too deep malice make too deep incision. Forget, forgive, conclude, and be agreed. Our doctors say this is no month to bleed. Speak the speech, I pray you, as I pronounce it to you, trippingly on the tongue. But if you mouth it, as many of your players do, I had as lief the town crier spoke my lines. Do not also soar the air too much with your arms, thus, but use all gently. For in the torrent, tempest, and, as I may say, the whirlwind of passion, you must acquire and beget a temperance that may give it smoothness.
This day is called the Feast of Christian. He that outlives this day and comes safe home will stand a tiptoe when the day is named and rouse him at the name of grace.
Oh, it offends me to the soul to hear a very pageant fellow tear such a passion to tatters, to very rags. To split the ears of the groundling who for the most part are capable of nothing but inexplicable dumb shows and noise. I would have a fellow whipped for overdoing termagants. It's at Herod's hemorrhage. I pray you, avoid it.
I warrant, Your Honor.
This day is called the Feast of Crispian. He that outlives this day.
Be not too tame neither, but let your own discretions be your tutor. Suit the action to the word to the action. And in this special overstep not the modesty of nature. For anything so overdone is from the purpose of playing, whose end, from the first to now, was and is to hold, as 'twere, the mirror up to nature, to show virtue her own feature, beauty to scorn her own beauty, and to show the very age and body of the time his own form and pressure.
Aye, comes down.
He talks at random. Sure, he must be mad.
Well, good Tom Stout, how would you play this speech?
Oh no, my man. I could not possibly. This day is called the Feast of Crispian. He that outlives this day and comes safe home will stand a tiptoe when this day is named, and will rouse him at the name of Crispian. He that shall live this day and see old age will yearly at the vigil feast his neighbours and say, tomorrow is Saint Crispian. Then will he strip his sleeve and show his scars, and he will say, these wounds I had on Crispian's day. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers, for he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother. Be he ne'er so vile, this day shall gentle his condition. And gentlemen in England now abed will think themselves accursed they were not here, and hold their manhoods cheap. This St. Crispin's Day! Thank you. I am weary. Give me leave a while to sleep, perchance to dream. Adieu.
Am I in earth, in heaven, or in hell? Sleeping or waking, mad or well advised?
Oh, I cross me for a sinner. This is a fairyland. Oh, spite of spites, we talk with goblins, owls, and sprites.
Was ever man so proud as is this Tom Snout?
He has no equal.
I will talk to our good friend Peter Quince and tell her of this madness and this strife. There is some wickedness afoot today upon that it would stake my very life.
Peter Quince, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason I do it freely.
Surely I do believe our company's been wronged.
What might the man deserve of me that would write it?
Is there a way to show such friendship?
Kill Tom Snout?
Oh, if I could, I would beat him like a dog.
Hear me a little. For I have only been silent so long and given way unto this course of fortune. Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this case. This villain here hath our troops' play left for dead, but let him be a while conceited as he is, and publish that he will lead the play. Maintain a supportive ostentation, and on this play's old monument hang shining posters and do all the rites that appertain unto a performance. He will think by the letters thou will drop that they have come to see him take the stage, but through our cunning wit and trickery he'll be made the ass of this great age.
Oh, hang him, dishonest varlet. We cannot misuse him enough.
Go, fetch Francis Flute and bring him to myself.
I will fetch him.
In sooth, I know not why I am so sad. No, in sooth, I know why I am so sad. The sodden-witted snout! He hath no more brains than I have in mine elbows. He has a plentiful lack of wit, and talks an infinite deal of nothing. He is as tedious as a twice-told tale vexing on the dull ear of a drowsy woman.
What lady bird, God forbid, where is this girl? Lady Starveling. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream. Pass the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass. If we were to go to expound this dream, methought I was. There is no man could say what. Methought I was, and methought I had. Man is a patched fool. You were to offer to say what methought I had.
I have retired me to a wasteful cock!
Come, wasp, if faith you are too angry.
If I be waspish, but where my sting?
My remedy then is to pluck it out.
Aye, if the fool could find where it lies.
Why, who knows not where a wasp does wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours. If you will talk on tales. And so, shut up.
What, my tongue in your tail? Nay, come again, I am a gentleman.
That I'll try.
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty, I pray you, but this is from your permission. I will on with my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. My words are as a fun of peace as matter.
Yet you rudely began. What are you? What would you? Are you a comedian?
Will you oil sail, sir? Here lies your way.
Give us some peace, snout. We'll hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May.
I did love you once. I was the more deceived.
Honourable master of the house, which is he?
Speak to me, I will answer that. What is your will?
Quince hath happily received, godly snout, the news of thy success. And when she hears of thy personal venture in the play's telling, she bade me, from her, call thee star of the show. In which edition, hail, most worthy star, for it is thine.
Director and the main player. The greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains.
There is a nearing performance called for by your fans to hear you. Prepare you, glorious snout, as we wait on in gallant show. The dazzling sign and flashing light is hung out as we await your entrance immediately.
Daylight and champagne discovers not more. This is open. I will baffle them all. I will wash off gross acquaintance. I will be point device, the very man. I do not now fool myself to let my imagination jade me, for every reason excites to this. But my fans love me. My darling audiences come and flourish their love in wait for me.
Why, this is very midsummer madness.
This is a goodly humour, is it not, Bottom?
Thou hast put him in such a dream that when the image of it leaves him, he must run mad.
Nay. But say true, does it work upon?
Like aquavitae with a midwife.
Where are these fans? Where are these hounds?
Welcome, my gracious lord. Welcome, great man. Welcome, talented actor. Welcome, Tom Snout. And welcome all. Although the cheer be poor, 'twill fill your stomachs. May you eat of it.
Stay ho and let us hear Master Tom Snout. Let him go up into the public chair.
Oh, valiant cousin, worthy gentlemen.
The noble Tom Snout is ascending. Silence.
Thank you. To be or not to be, that.
Oh, he speaks! Speak again, great angel.
Most strange. Yet most truly will I begin. To be or not to be, that is the question.
Now, he begins again to speak.
No more words. To be or not to be.
Speak so well. Speak loudly for us. Talk us to silence.
Speak, or let thy silence be thy condemnation.
Silence! One word more, and I will chide thee, if not hate thee. And I have all forgotten.
We were about to.
I know! To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler to suffer than in the mind the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of trouble, and by opposing end them. You elk! I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you!
Friends, you shall understand what hath befallen, as I think you do not know. Here is a letter found in the pocket of the fiend before you. And here is another, one of which, a script, which was to be performed by flute and starveling. And here's another discontented paper, as of which I was to perform until this damned episode.
How do you plead, Tom Snout?
You told a lie. An odious, damned lie. Upon my soul, a lie. A wicked lie.
You are a fool, go to.
Despair and die.
You have used us like pawns and pieces. How do you answer for yourself?
Oh, coward conscience, how do you afflict me? Tom Snout loves Tom Snout. The his, I am I. Alack, I love myself. No, alas, I rather hate myself. In truth, I simply wished to have my whim, and to no longer play the part of the fool. Is there a murderer here? No! Yes, I am. The play is dead upon mine and my jealousy's meddlings. I am a villain. And yet I lie. I am not. For you have but mistaken me all this while. I live with bread like you. Feel want. Taste grief. Need friends. reins humbled at thy feet. You must bear with me. I pray you forget and forgive. I am vain and foolish.
Will heaven forgive him, and forgive us all. Some rise by sin, some by virtue fall. In pure truth, I do love you, Robin Stark. What I told you then, I hope I shall have leisure to make good. If this not be a dream I see and hear, I pray you answer. Do you not love me?
Why, no. No more than reason.
Do you not love me?
Why, no. Only in friendly recompense.
Nay, come, lady, I am sure you love the gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon it he loves you.
Doubt thou the stars are fire, doubt thou the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love.
Peace. Stop your mouth.
You kissed by the book.
Do you love me?
There's nothing more in the world that I love. It's you. It's not that strange.
How strange is a thing I do not know. For it is possible for me to say, I love nothing so well as you.
By my sword, Peter Quince, thou lovest me.
I love you with so much of my heart, there is none left to protest.
My mistress, dearest.
Please you, I'll tell you as we pass along that you will wonder what hath fortune. Peter Quince, it is your penance but to hear the story of your love's discovery. That done, our marriage day shall be yours. One house, one feast, one mutual happiness.
If we shadows have offended, think on this and all that is left.
Shut up!